This episode of Vic's Basement is brought to you by EB Games. Support us by buying your video games at EB Games. Welcome to my basement, everybody!
Hey,
hello,
Victor
Marissa
Lucas.
Roberto.
Hello, Victor Lucas. You know, I've missed you. It's been a while since we've done this.
I know. Last week we were at E3.
We were at E3.
And we did a special Vic's Basement. Thank you, everybody, for watching that one. That was with, of course, my old co-host and longtime pal, Tommy Telerico.
Yeah.
And how did you feel about that? You watched the podcast?
I watched
You checked out some of the comments?
Yeah. I just don't understand why, for some reason, Tommy generates all these really mean comments. And I don't understand why. Like, not mean comments toward the show in general. Sometimes they're towards the show, but it never happens. Only when Tommy arrives do we get these comments.
He's an animated, polarizing personality. He's a huge personality. And that's some of the stuff that we talked about on the podcast last week.
Yeah.
That he isn't always... putting him into the show isn't an easy thing anymore because he sort of generates all of this stuff around him. But it was fun, and I know what it's like for someone that's been sort of relatively recently added to the team here and to be in front of the camera to see some of that stuff.
Right.
I've seen tons of really heated comments coming from Tommy being in the show and involved with the show, and so has Tommy.
Right.
In multiple different ways. You know, and Scott has seen that a little bit too. I mean.
Right. Well, a lot of the comments are just whenever you see Tommy with you, a lot of the comments were negative towards Scott, which I really hate. I really take offense to because you know how much I love him.
You know what it is though, is that people take, and the reason why we've been on the air so long and have been able to do this is that people pick their favorites. They pick the people that they like and the opinions that they have. And I got to tell you this, as big old Papa Bear that I am on this damn show, these shows that we do, I'm really proud of that. I love it. You know, one of the coolest things that happened for me, I have a great friend in the video game space, and I'm not going to mention who it is, but he's a very, very successful guy that makes video games. He said, my favorite team is Team Lustrous. I watched the show with the Reviews on the Run, which is our other show. If you're just joining us on Twitch, and we do EP Daily and Reviews on the Run as our TV shows, and Marissa came to us through Reviews on the Run. Yes. And she used to work with Sean Hatton. Shout out to Sean in Toronto. And my friend said, I watched the show because of them. I love what those guys review. They give me helpful information. They're a great team. And I watch with my iPad. And if they like something, I download it right there, then and there. And to hear that is fulfilling because it makes the work that I've done and the team has done to kind of find the right people, the right ingredients to put in front of the camera really fantastic. So even though people may hate something or love something or are passionate about it, you got to just take it as they're fired up and they have opinions and they care.
Okay, that's fine. I just
but
don't
it hurts
like
when it's,
it does. It really does hurt. And it's fine. It happens. I got a mean one to me today, actually. And it never usually happens, which is fantastic. But when it does, it just really sticks to you.
Those are the things you think about for sure.
Right, exactly. Because you don't want people to misunderstand you.
Yeah.
So when that happens, I get anxious. Like I want everybody to get where I'm coming from. When it doesn't happen like that, it sucks.
Yeah.
Makes me anxious. So Tommy Telerico, you make me anxious, man, and I need you to cool it.
Well, it's I think people also have that nostalgia bug as well. They love to kind of look back and look what happens with movies and video games too. Yeah. They like to kind of hold on to things and have them never change. And of course, that's not the way life operates and the world operates. And change is consistent and it's going to happen, and you kind of have to roll with it. Yeah. But I think people tap into that, and they go, "Oh, I want it to be just the way that I remembered from G4 days or whatever," you know, and they get all fired up about that in that direction. I just take it all as complimentary to the legacy that we have all contributed to with this stuff. You know?
Okay.
All right.
It's all just more seasoning for the Reviews and the Run and EP Dailies too.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, good. So thanks for helping me out with that.
It was fun to have him on, even though he insulted me for most of the show. So
he really did.
But I'm working on material. I'll have it all worked out. I'll be working with him again.
Because you guys are doing something for Comic-Con. Yeah. He totally roped you into that on camera.
Yeah, so he misses it. This is the best gig there is in media. No question about it. It's really fun to do this stuff. and he desperately wants to come back. But that was just an element of E3. I want to get your favorite moment from E3, or your favorite experience or game, or what happened for you that you loved it at E3 last week.
There was just a lot.
Was it last week?
It was last week.
Holy crap! Okay.
I know, but right, it was last week, right? I don't know. I'm living in a days that follows E3. I don't even. I feel still stuck in the cloud.
Plus, we've had another busy week of doing things. Yeah.
Of course. So it was just nice to take in all the games that I could. The thing is, there's so many games. It's overwhelming to see everything that's on the show floor, to see all the people. I felt like, because I went to CES as well this year, so it was a nice reprieve from that. I didn't. CES was there was too many people, so E3 was a nice. There was a little bit more space. And I think there was more space this year than there was last year.
Well, I don't know if it was purposefully kind of positioned for that. I think that there was an effort from the organizers to keep out a lot of the smaller websites and journalists that are covering the industry,
right?
Which is a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
But it also meant that you could walk up to games and play them.
Right.
But I also think another element in this equation is that there were a slightly less interest in traditional media in covering sort of the console video game space right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just I know that I enjoyed my time this year much more than I did last year.
Good.
I enjoyed working with the EP team because we're all just so. I mean, I don't mean to toot our own horns, but we're really good. And it's nice to see everybody. It's nice to see Jose. It's nice to see Ben and Steve Tilley and Sean, and it's just nice to get together. I feel like we're just a big family, and so when we can see each other, it's so nice because we're all long distance, right? So to actually be there and have hugs and discuss the things that we love together, it's very cool. It's a very special thing that we get to do. So to take it all in, I mean, it was cool. And then just some games that would blow you away that you didn't even see coming. So I really like that. I like that. And I love seeing developers and CEOs talk about their company and their product with such love.
Yeah.
They have such passion for what they're making, and that makes me so happy because it makes it so much easier to conduct an interview. It makes it so much easier to get information out of them because they want to share it.
Like Ted Price.
Ted Price is the coolest dude in the world.
Scott has a huge crush on him.
Oh, for good reason. I think he has a huge crush on Scott as well.
Yeah, for good reason.
Well, I went to Insomniac, and everybody loves Scott. They're all asking me about Scott. They love him so much. So I think that whole studio has a crush on Scott Jones.
Well, and we hear from everybody about Scott Jones, and I think we will get back to E3, but I think this is a good point to kind of loop our friend in. Are we
going to loop him in now?
Yeah, we've been wanting to hear from him, so
we've
got him standing by on Skype. He's going to be so happy that we spent so much time talking about Tommy.
Sorry, that was me.
We have to plug in headphones in order to be able to hear him.
Okay, wait.
Right now, but he is Scott. Can you hear us? Come in, Scott. Eagle's Nest.
Victor.
Eagle's Nest to Scott Jones. Come in.
Eagle's Nest to base.
Hi, Jones.
Can you hear him?
I can hear him.
Hey guys, I have a slight confession.
What?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes. I can hear you.
I've been having sex with Tommy for 3 months.
Oh, you?
No.
And in the middle of the night, he would wake up. He'd have a notebook right next to our bed, and it said on the notebook Vic's insults, and he would just wake up, turn the light on, and go, "Oh, I've got a really good one," and he'd write it down. And so he has like his gun loaded when you interview him or when you sit down with him. He's always going to be this way, and he's going to have 500 insults, and you're never going to have any.
And who's feeding them? Are you feeding him insults in my direction? Is that what you're doing?
Are you kidding? He's like an insult machine. Like he just generates them naturally.
Well, so, is that the truth of it then? Is that you've been sleeping with Tommy, and because of that, you picked up something? And you can't come to work anymore. Is that what we want the people to hear?
I might have picked up something. So, are there kids listening? No, this is the thing. I have been sick for a long time, and I was in a rehab facility, the GF Strong rehab facility here in British Columbia, which is amazing. As an American, I'm in the Canadian healthcare system now, and there was a guy, one of the security guards, who was walking down the hallway one day, and he stopped and he looked at me, and I don't look like I normally look on the show, completely made up and everything.
Okay.
And, beautiful clothing. And this guy said, "Are you Scott Jones?" And I said, "No, nobody in the facility really recognized me. A couple people did, but," and I said, "Yeah, I'm Scott Jones." He's like, Oh man, I used to watch Eat Electric Playground when I was a kid. I loved that show. What happened to Tommy?
Oh no!
That's
Not
classic.
another fucking Where's Tommy?
That's so classic.
That's
Where's
right.
Tommy?
Oh my
But I
God.
actually have been getting a lot of Where's Scott lately.
How's Tommy doing?
Yeah, no. Listen, we get. I got a guy on Instagram.
Oh my God, the guy on Instagram. You got
Like
the same guy?
every day, every time I post any picture, all his comment is, "Where's Scott?
Yes.
Put Scott back in."
I get where
Scott
the
back
F
on
is
the
Scott,
show.
where the F is
Yeah,
Scott,
it's
bring
like-
Scott back. Like, it's constant, every single photo that I post.
It's and so now people that are following my photos on Instagram are like taking pity on me
Right.
for this guy being a jerk,
You
asking
think-
in every photo I put up, "Where's Scott? Where's
He's
Scott?"
being such a
And
jerk,
they're
it's
telling
true.
him not to
Be mean.
yeah, Scott bomb me with all this stuff.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
but
the
listen,
fans-
there's
Boy, go ahead.
there's some people out here because we've expanded our reach thanks to our wonderful friendship and partnership with Twitch. There's a lot of people that might be watching this right now,
Yeah.
wondering who the hell any of us are.
Right.
What do we need these
How do we
people for?
contribute to society? Yeah.
But what we're doing right now, just for those folks out there, is we're talking to our friend and our colleague and our co-host Scott Jones, who has been on the shows for many years, and he
50 years.
50 years.
Right.
50. He's a 95-year-old man who
That's right.
just happened to have this bacterial infection. What's it called?
Endocarditis.
Well, that's what I'm telling people publicly. I mean,
Oh.
like, honestly, I had my penis enlarged. Let me tell you guys, it is huge now. And if you are
Oh my
contemplating having a penile enhancement, that's the medical term for it. Say yes.
Say yeah. So Marissa,
Say yes.
you want
Get a penis.
penile-
Marissa, you can have one.
You
I can have one now.
You put
It's
one.
one I've always
put one-
wanted. No, I mean, growing up, I did have penis envy, so
Okay.
I appreciate that I can have that now. But I just feel like I'm comfortable now with my
And
vagina.
I'm uncomfortable now.
No, I'm
My-
comfortable with my own vagina.
Okay, all right. Just
No,
got.
my original one was about 11 inches. And my new one, 8 feet.
8 feet.
feet.
That's.
I don't know. I have to say meters because I'm in Canada. It's
Okay,
about
that's
14
right,
meters.
meters.
14
Jones,
meters.
you're not supposed to
You
do
drag
that,
it behind
though.
you when you walk.
Okay, that's not very considerate for the ladies, though, Jones. Not very nice.
Well, you just put the parts that they like.
Okay,
in
all
there.
right.
you just put some of it in it. Okay, so what really happened is
I got sick. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
sick sometime around mid-March,
Yeah.
and I didn't really know what was going on with me. And I'll just, long story short, apparently I had some sort of infection in my heart that we don't really know why I got this infection. It's apparently,
I
it's a
think it was
common
the Tommy. You were sleeping
bacteria
with
in your
Tommy.
mouth that somehow traveled down through my circulatory system and got caught in my heart. And when
crazy.
the word that the doctors always use, a vegetation started to grow. So I don't know what was happening in my chest, but something was happening for quite a while. I'd probably had it for probably 3 to 6 months, and so it's in my chest and it's very dangerous. Like this
Yeah.
is kind of a rare thing, and I ended up in the hospital in the emergency room here in Canada.
Right. Can
And
we
there was
hold
some
on? Can
debate-
you just clarify for
Yeah.
the people out there that were commenting under Vic and Tommy's podcast last week, saying that you are an American taking advantage of our Canadian healthcare system, and that is not true because you pay your Canadian taxes? Can you
Oh,
just
I've
tell
been paying
everybody that?
taxes for years.
Thank
wouldn't
you.
believe the taxes I pay.
Exactly. Thank you, Jones. Okay, you can
I
continue.
didn't catch that. What
Yeah.
a bunch of jerks.
I know.
It was worth it though.
Yeah.
So I met some doctors, and the doctors were trying to decide what to do. And they were thinking about going in and cleaning it out, taking all the vegetation. I'm sorry to keep using that word, and sort of getting my seeing what damage there was and trying to fix it from there. And then they weren't sure if they were going to do it or not do it. And I don't know what would have happened to me if they hadn't done it. Probably nothing good. But they went in and they did it, and they gave me a bionic heart. I have a mechanical heart well, it's just a valve. Part of my heart now is mechanical and will always be.
You're a part machine, yes.
I'm part machine, yeah.
It's amazing.
And I feel a little bit closer to Iron Man.
Good. That's great.
And I was so sick during this whole period. Like I've been sick before, but I've never been so sick in my life.
Dude, you did a show with Marissa, because I went on vacation. Marissa moved to Vancouver.
I was sick, yeah.
I went away, and I was like, great, the show's in great hands. This is awesome. Marissa's been kicking butt already.
Okay.
And then you did a show, and you were totally out of it. And when I watched the show, it's just so heartbreaking, because you worked through it, and you were still great. You were still funny, but you weren't there. And it was so, and everybody here was worried about you. And, you know, God, it's been a ride on this end, too, to watch our friends, you know.
Sorry, guys.
But we're just grateful and so, you know, impressed by you, and so happy that everything's okay. I mean, you're still on the mend. You're still getting better. You're not back, and we're not going to announce that you're coming back anytime soon. But slowly but surely, we're edging closer to that, and we are very grateful that you're okay.
I just want you to know that I have had legitimate open heart surgery.
Yes.
That's a tough operation. Like that center of your body, a lot of stuff goes through there, and you got to keep that thing working. Mm-hmm. And man alive, I felt like I had been either run over by the truck that Sweet Tooth drives in the Twisted Metal series, or I felt like I'd been forced to watch Man of Steel 3 times back to back to back. And I couldn't shake the exhaustion and the fatigue. And that's, I lost about 35, 40 pounds, but then they added it back on when they put on the penis, because they just did that while I was in there. So this is a 20-pound penis.
This is the wonder of Canadian healthcare system. They will just add a penis if you need it. Just tack it on your and no bill at the end of it either, which is great.
You just check a box.
Yeah.
There's like penis or no penis. Yes. Make sure you check that box if you're going into the hospital. I lost a lot of weight, and then I've just been slowly recovering, because I didn't even think that this was ever a possibility in my life. Yeah. And so I didn't know that heart surgery was something that I was going to have. I didn't know that I was going to have a part heart that is now robotic.
Well, here's the thing about you, though, dude. I mean, and you've made some incredible health changes. You were always healthy, but since you moved to Vancouver, and people can see it in the archive of our shows, you just got stronger and stronger and healthier and fitter and healthy. And, thank God you did all of that, because
I needed it.
Yeah, well, that's what's been able to kind of,
let you back.
Yeah, physically deal with this massive stress on your body, man.
It was brutal, man. I would never wish this on anybody, not even Tommy.
Oh, not even Tommy? Jeez.
Not even Jeff Keighley. I'm just kidding. No, I wouldn't wish this on anybody. And I've just been trying to get myself back into shape. I've been trying to feel good. I've been trying not to sleep for 12 hours every day, which is really something that I still need to do. I guess I'm still healing, and I guess there's still a lot more healing that needs to happen. But I missed the show. I think Marissa's doing a great job, and I love the two of you together. In fact, I love it so much I'm not even coming back.
Oh, thanks.
Just keep being strong.
You know what he said today? We were talking before we were rolling here, and he wants to slowly, Scott, I'm saying this, you want to slowly start coming back, and probably you'll come back and check out some movies with us, eventually start reviewing them, and he wanted to come back next week.
Good.
And then I said, it's Transformers, and he said, "Oh, fuck my life." So even after all,
sounded like me.
Even after all of the shit that he's been through, the thing that just depresses him more than anything is having to come back and watch a Transformers movie.
I haven't enjoyed any of it.
No, it's fucking Michael Bay. I don't want Michael Bay to cause any more health problems for Scott Jones. So
he may not be there, but he might come back for the monkeys.
I might not. And you know what? I was thinking about. I haven't been to a movie in a long time. I was thinking of.
I don't know. Transformers is not the one you want to come.
I don't want to start with that.
No.
It might just put me off movies permanently.
I know, right? You know what we'll do is after the movie, Marissa and I will come over with pots and pans and we'll reenact the movie for you.
Well, you could just stand down in the street. I'm just a couple blocks from the theater and just bang them together.
That's what we'll do.
Just make noise down. No, but listen, I was thinking about going to the movies today. I might go see Edge tomorrow. I really want to see that.
Oh, good. You should go see that. It's really good.
That's an awesome movie. And it's noisy and crazy, but you're going to love it. And
but it's a video game.
Nobody has been seeing it. It's we told everybody to go see.
You have to go see it.
Did you guys see Edge tomorrow? Because it's amazing.
Yeah.
And it deserves more people. So if you buy a ticket, Scott, you're helping them out. Tom Cruise needs your money.
Well, I found a pass in my wallet that was a free movie pass because I'm broke, man. I'm not working right now.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm doing this for free.
Yeah, the non-check is in the non-mail.
Yeah.
So one other story that I wanted to share is I love eating at the. Are you there?
Yeah.
One other story I want to share is I love eating at the rehab facility. The rehab facility here is amazing, like in the city of Vancouver, and the food is great. I mean, all the food I had at St. Paul, the food was just incredible. Like I love going and seeing what they're having. I became friends with all the lunch people and the dinner people. And then one day there was this new guy I hadn't seen before, and his name was Billy, and so I asked him if he made this evening's dinner, and he said yes. And then he looked at me weird. And then the next day I came back and saw him again, and he said, "So why didn't you like what was that movie with Mark Wahlberg now? Lonesome Solitude."
Yeah, Lonesome. Oh God, I forget that damn movie. Lonesome.
Not Pain and Gain.
The soldier.
Oh.
Lone Soldier. Is that what it was? Something like that. Lone Survivor.
Lone Survivor. He said, well, "Why didn't you like Lone Survivor more?" And I'm standing there. I've been through this incredible thing. I've been in a weird hospital. I've eaten like old bananas in St. Paul's Hospital. I'm like, what the hell is? I don't even know what it is. I can't even remember this Mark Wahlberg movie. And then I just remember, Vic, you and I went to see this. It was just guys rolling down a hill.
I know.
And they're getting shot. and that's it.
And then Taylor Kitsch does the crouches and does a Jesus Christ pose and dies with his arms out like that. I know, it was ridiculous.
Yeah. So you let Billy have it, or?
And then
I just said I had to remember what it was first, and I'm like, oh, that really wasn't very good.
Right.
And,
so that's
and then
why you
Billy spat in your food though.
Oh.
I encouraged him to see good movies after that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
So anyway, I'm happy to be talking to you guys. I miss you both a lot. I miss everybody. I miss being part of the show. This is like it's such the thing I remember when I go away from EP and I go away from Reviews on the Run, and I've never had a time where I've been away for this long since I joined you guys. Is just like this fucking show has been around for almost 30 years. My God, was there ever a time when this wasn't like I just picture like the honeymooners coming on and then next up EP Daily. Jesus, you have really like enjoyed this incredible amount of time on television. You've done all kinds of great work, and I don't know. I'm just proud to be part of it still. In some. Now with Marissa here in a limited capacity, but still part of it.
Please don't say things like that, Jones. You're gonna get people.
Well, I'm still recovering. I don't know what I can do. I don't know if I can sit through a Transformers movie.
Well,
I was listening yesterday that James Cameron's doing all these Avatar movies.
Yeah.
Like I'm just exhausted just hearing a news report about it. Like,
I know.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, and they're making an Avatar Land. Okay, well here's what you've missed as well. Today I talked to you a little bit about it, but Rian Johnson, the guy that made Looper, is on tap to write and direct the next 2 Star Wars episodes.
I hear him sighing. I don't know.
Yeah, he's not happy about that. But
okay.
here's what
I don't care about these movies.
Right.
Well, you know what it is that the cynicism is so pre-built because of the way that the prequels let us down.
It's not. Still, people are jizzing all over the place.
Well,
jizz everywhere.
We want to believe. I'm speaking for me too.
I
want to believe.
So
I know, man, but I still have action figures that I want to care about. So.
Oh my God, the Phantom Menace was an abomination.
I know. But
how are you going to shake that off and make something new? Who cares, man?
This is the ultimate. So basically, the 2 people with the hardest most pressure in Hollywood right now, and we talked about it today, Marissa and I.
Gareth Edwards?
No.
Oh.
No, it's J.J. Abrams. Because
okay.
if
he loves it though.
But if he drops the ball on episode 7,
okay.
everything that's coming after it is going to be looked at with major disdain and distrust, and it's going to be the end of his career. So I don't think.
It's not going to be the end of
I
his
think
career.
It's going to be great. So I think the people are going to work their asses off to make something great.
But
the other guy in Hollywood that everything rests
Ben
on
Affleck.
is Ben Affleck. Because now they're talking that the next Batman movie is going to come out in 2019, starring and directed by Ben Affleck.
Gross.
So if he sucks in Batman versus Superman, and if we don't like him as Batman, they've got a Justice League movie on the pipeline. They've got a Flash and Green Lantern. They've got a Wonder Woman. They've got an Aquaman guy with Jason Momoa.
And that's already,
they have Flash and Green Lantern in their own movie, a Sandman, a Shazam. All of this stuff is lined up.
How are they going to make an Aquaman that we take seriously?
I don't know.
I don't get that at all.
But nothing in the DC universe matters if we don't like Ben Affleck as Batman.
I don't know if you know this, Vic, but about 3 months ago, I had an operation to have my penis enlarged. And I almost died in that operation, and I don't have time for this shit.
No.
Jesus Christ, are you kidding me?
I know.
Who cares? Like, this Batman movie with Ben Affleck is doomed. It is never going to work. If you look at Ben Affleck's eyes, that doesn't work as Batman. He's so unsure of himself.
It's so true.
I would rather see Jennifer Garner be Batman.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Like, he has got to do the impossible. So imagine how he feels right now.
He's fine. He's rolling in a bed of his own money. He's okay.
We need more literary, like a more literary interpretation of Batman. We need more like along the lines of Frank Miller, or we get back to
I agree.
I don't remember who directed the Batmans that we just saw. The one.
Oh, Nolan.
Yeah, we need more of what Nolan was doing, and we don't need to get back to the comic book stuff. I think it's dodgy. And I don't care about these Star Wars movies, man, because it's like you and I talked about this just beforehand. It's like the Star Trek with the J.J. Abrams now. You know, the first one was kind of fun, but the second one, it's like, oh, shut up if you're going to make fun of me.
No,
we
we're
think
just
it's
excited
great.
that you're back
it's you,
and you're
brother.
in it.
The second Star Trek movie sucked balls. That was such a disappointing.
They were terrible.
Yeah.
And like I said to you, it was neither great and neither terrible. It would have been better if it was just awful.
Yeah.
But now I'm just like, I don't want this like I don't want like a mediocre Star Wars movie that isn't bold or brave or has its hairy intergalactic balls hanging out. I don't want to see this pussy field of entertainment. I don't think how is that service?
It doesn't serve it, but you missed out on a couple of big movies that you would have walked in. Yeah, you would have walked in thinking they would have sucked, and they ended up being great. And that's Captain America and the new X-Men.
Yes.
Both of them really fulfilling. It's actually been a pretty solid few months of blockbuster movies.
Right. Well, we were spoiled.
Except for Spider-Man, that sucked.
Yeah, that was okay.
Yeah.
No, we've been a bit spoiled with good movies, so I think we're on the decline now. We're on the steady decline with the movies that we're about to see.
Summer.
With the movies that we're about to see, I'm kind of getting a little nervous about it. But we just saw How to Train Your Dragon 2,
that was
amazing. Unfreaking believable. So, I mean, you can go see that. I think you would enjoy that, Scott.
Yeah, Scott, remember
I'm going to see Fudge of Tomorrow. Is that the movie?
Edge of Tomorrow.
It's Fudge of Tomorrow. It's Fudge.
Fudge of Tomorrow.
Everything should have the word fudge in it. Fudge Wars.
Fudge. Anyway, it's so cool to
Superman
talk to you
versus
guys.
Fudge.
I know
we missed you,
you have more. You have more things to talk about formally, and I'm going to let you do that, or else you're just going to keep yelling, and I don't want to. I still have a heart condition.
Hey, why don't we take? Josh is here. Why don't we take like one or two questions? You got a couple of questions that don't cross the lines here.
Yeah, I got some questions for Scott.
Is there if there's a where's Tommy question? Scratch that.
Cut it out completely.
All right, no where.
I don't have any more questions.
Okay.
Scott, there's a lot of people asking about what happened to your cats while you're in the hospital. Are they okay?
Oh, what happened to your cats, Scott?
My parents flew out. My parents have never been here before.
Yeah.
And they had to get passports and flew to Canada. And so they stayed in my apartment. They built this kind of Rube Goldberg device that my cats couldn't penetrate because my dad is he's so fastidious and he's so anal about keeping clean, and cats are just filthy. And so like the cats just lived in this miserable plastic bowl for and I didn't even care because I couldn't even think about it because I was too sick. But that's what happened to the cats. I'm back home now, and they're very happy. I think they're mostly happy that I'm here.
Of course they are.
We got more questions for Scott.
Okay.
One from our buddy Ryan. What did you miss most about being away from us, I guess?
Yeah, from all of us. What did
From
you
all
miss
of us.
most?
What did you miss
Was
the
it
most?
The smell?
I don't like I just miss the steady diet of just work, like the weird pressure. Now Marissa's learning what that is because she's been doing it for a few months now. But I kind of enjoy it, and Vic's however busy I am, Vic is somehow still 8 times busier than I am.
I know.
And he's looking at his phone, he's making 6 phone calls, and he's doing a thing with the CBC, and then he's got to
Yeah,
do
I
this,
know.
and it's
He's
just
doing
like, okay,
so much business
all
while
right.
hosting shows. It's insane.
And I'm busy too, but it's just compared to Vic, it looks like I'm napping, And so I I don't know, I miss complaining about things, and I miss the people. I don't know what's going on at the office and the little glimpses I've gotten here and there. From people that came to visit me in the hospital, like Rob and Jason, and so many people. It was just nice to see faces and nice to know that they cared enough to
Of
come see
course,
me in my
Jones.
time of need. So
Oh.
that's what I miss the most.
Oh.
Also, now that I've had this heart operation, I have this big scar on my chest. Right when I go to the beach this summer, you'll see it.
That's pretty
Vic,
hot.
when
Yeah,
you and I,
when we go to the tanning salons and such.
yeah, and then we go
Yeah.
boarding.
Yeah, when we go
take our
boarding.
surfboards out.
Yeah.
But
Ladies.
looks like I've been attacked by Tyrion Lannister.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like I have this, like he got me, but then I somehow still survived. So I'll be getting my revenge at some point.
Oh, you're gonna get so much play with that, Jones. You have no idea.
Well, listen to this. The other day I sat with my
And
cardiologist.
that
Uh-huh.
14-meter penis that he's got.
Oh, right,
now.
of course. Working with you, Jones.
Ladies,
only-
man.
Ladies.
It's only 7.5 feet.
Okay, right.
All right.
So your cardiologist.
I went to see her the other day, and it was so great. Like they just put me in all these tests and make me lay on tables. But then she said, having a mechanical heart valve, that's a serious thing. Like you've got to do things your whole life to take care of it. And if you get hurt or you are in some trouble, the people trying to take care of you, they need to know right away that you have a mechanical heart valve. And so she said, I couldn't believe she said this. You have to get one of those bracelets.
Oh.
Those medical
A
alert
med alert
bracelets.
bracelet, yeah.
Yeah. What's wrong
And I
with
have
that?
to wear it around. And I said to her, I am never going to meet a girl.
Oh,
If
come
I'm
on.
wearing- who wants to see a man at my age? I'm a young man, and I still, I still got my feet underneath me, but I have a medical alert bracelet on.
Yes, but Jones, that it doesn't matter. No one's gonna
Dude.
see that because they're gonna
Dude.
see your
Yes.
massive scar and your massive penis.
Come on.
And so that just
Of course,
erases
you
the med
gotta-
alert bracelet.
That's true.
You have to be prepared for any kind of crazy stuff that's going to happen and fly in your direction from now on.
I just started laughing when she said it. I can't believe this. I have to get one of these things now. And I went to the pharmacy today and I started looking at them. And there's some nice
Oh,
ones.
is there? Oh, there's nice
Yeah,
ones.
get
Oh,
a
that's good.
stylish one, and, and then also get a bunch of masking tape for your glasses.
Right.
But yeah, it should be fun once I put my medical alert bracelet on.
It-
Anything could happen.
No, but at the beach, like no one will notice that if they're looking at your scar. I'm telling you.
They should make me wear a bracelet that says I have an 8.5-foot penis.
No, but Kate, can we talk about that for a second? Because I don't think that's a
It's just-
selling point, though, for women. I don't think that we
8.5 foot
want.
penis? No.
That's
Actually
really
like
excessive,
that's
and
like a Learning Channel show.
Well, right. That's
Yeah.
that would be.
That they just follow
That
you
would be
around for 8 weeks.
mostly
I'm only
pain.
kidding.
Of course, Judy Jones. I wouldn't think that you had an 8-foot penis.
And what happened to the Learning Channel where they would make shows like
Oh
that?
no, it's just
They would actually
toddlers
somebody.
in tears now
Yeah,
or something.
they would
Yeah.
make a show about somebody's
My
8-foot
penis really, like honestly, if I can just open up one
Yeah,
one
just-
milli-
Let's
one
hear it.
millimeter,
Just between us.
just 1 millimeter.
Oh, it's
Don't.
1 million. That's great. Make sure
It's
that's inscribed on your medical alert.
Penis, 1 millimeter.
It's like a button on it.
Oh my God. Okay.
Jesus
Super
Christ.
sexy.
All right. I'm sorry. I don't
No, I like it. It's,
All right.
Yeah.
Do we have another
it's-
question?
Yeah.
I got
Yep.
a couple more.
Yeah, we got some folks asked if you watched anything from E3.
Did you watch anything from E3 at all?
I'm taking that. I gotta ask that first before I ask if you're excited to play anything from E3. So.
I just like how you said some folks.
Oh, some folks.
Have you not noticed how bad I am at pronunciation? That's
that's another thing that we're doing, Jones. We're airing our grievances with Josh every Vic Spaceman. So if you have a problem with him, you should voice that now.
I noticed some tension today because it came down to the wire with us being ready, and Josh is pacing around.
We have a.
He's getting really concerned, and then Marissa just squeaks in just under the wire.
It's fine, Josh.
And we actually have Josh Cam. I don't know if we've got it set up properly, Scott. I don't know.
I don't know if you're watching.
You can see it, but it's good. But did you see anything from E3, pal? Did you pay attention to anything? Is anything exciting you?
It was just distant echoes. Like, honestly, it was just, I've been going for 15 years, and it was kind of nice not to have to get into the press of it all. And, and I miss Steve and Ben, and I miss being with you guys for that, especially for the shoots at the very end.
That's always the best.
But I don't miss, I watched some video online. I don't miss trudging from hall to hall, and it sounded like, honestly, for me, and I know I probably shouldn't say this, but it seemed like a bit of a dud this year. I don't understand how this is year 2 of 2 new consoles, the PS4 and the Xbox One, and the Wii U is not that far behind it, and there's not that much to really just get excited about, just to unapologetically just lose your shit over. And I don't know where those games are, and it's just we're getting an up-resed version of The Last of Us, and that's great, but I already played that, and I played all the DLC, and I loved the shit out of it. But where's the new stuff? Where's, and I like Destiny, and people keep talking about that, but it feels like it's just too big or too ambitious, and somehow it just keeps turning me off every step of the way. Those were things that I just heard rumors about, or I heard some reportage on, but nothing really exciting. Like this Sunset Overdrive thing. I love Ted and I love Insomniac, but I don't want that game. I have no interest in that. Just blowing everything up, and we're running everywhere, and we're crazy. Where's the heart, man?
That's absolutely dead on. That's one of the things that there are games to get excited about, and I think it was actually a pretty good E3 in general. Mm-hmm. There was lots of titles coming, but there was nothing with the same resonance as The Last of Us this year. Right. Again.
And even The Last of Us was just this isolated little thing. There wasn't that much last year to get excited about. This year there was even less.
But nobody's sort of picking up from the success of that, which is kind of.
Did it sell well?
It did very well. It did very well. It sold 6 million or 7 million, as a PlayStation 3 exclusive. And the other game that I kept thinking about was Dishonored. And we don't really have. I guess Alien Isolation is kind of in that zone where
Where's the Dishonored sequel?
Yeah, I think next year, not only are we going to get a bunch of the best games that were promised at E3, but we're also going to be at next year's E3 seeing the next generation of games with a little more heart and a little bit more soul, like Dishonored. In the indie space, though, we got to see the next one from Limbo, from the Limbo team, which is called Inside. Below comes out next year, which is from Capybara. That looks pretty amazing. Yeah. But I really want to see more Last of Us style and caliber, intelligence and heart, and that was missing this year for sure.
Just real people, people, like characters who I can believe in, rather than traditional video game characters.
Yeah, I know, and it feels like there's a divergence in the investment, so that the indie guys are endeavoring to build stuff that has a little bit more of that, but it doesn't have the production resonance of something like The Last of Us.
Okay.
But do you not just want to play a game just to have fun with a game as well, Jones? That there can be games without this heart, without the story.
I don't know. I feel like I had my fun,
I know, but just look at Yoshi. Did you not look at how Yoshi's Woolly World is so cute and it looks so fun, and it's a Yoshi game, and
I'm excited. I'm excited about what Nintendo had to show because they are so passionately going in that direction. But I'm freaking out for Batman. I know that's going to be a fulfilling title, but the other shoe of what The Last of Us kind of promised needed to drop. Or I wanted to see more of that
more
kind of
heart.
I guess maybe it's too soon. Maybe it kind of came out in the E3 last year, but maybe I'm sure people are thinking about these games, like whatever these new I mean, the same way that BioShock seemed to inspire games ever since 2007. Like, still,
Yeah.
you know, what was I playing the other day? I was playing the Wolfenstein game, and you know, there are parts of it that look like they're lifted right out of BioShock, and it felt like The Last of Us was kind of a moment like that. And I just thought that there would be more like this. They raised the stakes over at Naughty Dog, and I just thought now it's time for everybody else to kind of catch up. And I wanted to see more people doing some catching up and giving us these real characters, these fully realized characters. And I don't know, I didn't really see it, and maybe it was there. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. I think the AAA stuff that we saw was mostly fairly safe choices because the investments are so high and people are nervous about.
Well, because you see all this stuff free to play, and people are making so much money out of that. Wargaming had a massive booth at E3,
games,
and all their games are free to play.
Yeah,
and so they're obviously raking in the dough. So it's tough for these people to invest in a big project like that.
I know. It's a different time. I mean, everybody is broke or they're laid off. Everybody here in Canada, most of the business now, like 90% of it or greater is in Montreal.
Yeah.
And then they just got their tax credits sliced, so we're going to see some major changes happening in the Montreal gaming scene. We're probably going to see a lot of people coming back to Vancouver, actually, which is... Imagine that, people uprooting their whole family and their life and everything and chasing a dream out there, then the tax cuts get taken away. And it's
so many divorces, just like, honey, you just had me move out here and now we're moving again.
Honestly, it's a really crazy time. And I guess Naughty Dog is kind of alone. It's like Sony said, we believe in your indie idea of a truthful zombie apocalypse game. We'll invest the tens of millions of dollars that it'll take to make it, but not too many other developers have that luxury in the entire planet. And
I still think about that game, man.
I know.
Remember the DLC? Like, I'll never forget moments from that game. And we don't have too many moments like that anymore, despite the being overwhelmed by all kinds of things to play.
I know. I mean, and what's crazy is we've been teased with The Last of Us for 5 E3s. And it has been the most emotionally resonant game for 5 fucking E3s.
That's crazy.
Which is unbelievable. And I'll play it again now on PS4.
But Jones, what's your take on Metal Gear Solid, though? You've never been into that?
Jesus, I don't know. Don't make me talk about this. Vic's going to yell at me.
All right, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
No, I don't know. I don't know what the thing, it seems like a big wild game, and they've shown some weird, crazy trailers. I get it in my inbox every day, but I don't know. I've never really been... You know, I played the first one and finished it, and the second one just pissed me off. And the third one I kept trying to start over because Vic kept telling me that's awesome, and I never did. And the fourth one can go fuck itself. And then now there's the fifth one, and I don't know what's going on.
I know the story has gotten really.
I don't know. Listen, guys. I gotta run to if I'm gonna make this movie.
Oh, right. Okay.
All right. Love you both.
And I'll be
back. I can come on the show whenever.
Okay.
It's fun shouting.
All right. We'll start going to movies next week, my friend. We won't. We won't start you with Transformers though.
We'll have a good rest of the show.
All right, pal.
Thanks,
Talk to you
Jones.
soon.
Love you, buddy.
All right.
Take care.
Bye.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh man, that was refreshing.
Aww,
That was refreshing. It's not that refreshing to have him complaining about stuff this close to my head.
It was really
like
in there.
Really complaining in my ears, but
no, but it's nice. It's just he's just a voice that we so desperately need on the show. You don't realize how much he adds to the show until he's been taken away.
A brilliant human being.
Oh my God, I know.
And his observations are always very concretely put together, and he always challenges you.
Yes.
He lifts your game. I've loved working with him from the very first time that I met him. It took a while as you can imagine, it took a lot of coaxing and convincing to get him out of his apartment to come in front of the camera with me and talk about stuff. But that's been the beautiful thing about being able to do this in a collaborative kind of sort of spirit is to have these different awesome people to bounce off of. Because I love working with you too.
Oh,
and
you're sweet.
But it's a totally different dynamic.
It's different, yeah.
You know, and Scott and I go back a bunch of years now too.
Yeah.
But I love the challenge. I love the voice of dissension, the devil's advocate kind of quality to his commentary.
To Jones, yeah, for sure.
And you know, he's on point with so much. You know.
It's true.
I don't always agree with them, and in fact, I disagree with them a lot. I still remember how angry I was about The Wind Rises. I believe he hated that movie, and I loved it so much.
I can't believe he hated that movie too.
It's a beautiful film.
It's okay. That's Jones, though.
It is Jones.
That's what we love so much about him, is that he doesn't like things, but he means it.
Yes.
He's not just saying it to be anti. Oh my God, are you having toy break now?
Should we do toy break real quick?
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Wait, I have reluctantly, yes. Okay.
You know what's happening now with toy break is I'm actually going through boxes of stuff that I buy that I never have time to open.
Okay.
And I bought this in Japan. We were doing the Evil Within making of when we were shooting out there for a bunch of weeks. And they have the best toys in Japan. If you like action figures,
go to Japan.
Save some dough, buy yourself a plane ticket, go to Akihabara, which is the gaming, it's like the nerd sector of the city.
Okay.
And you can buy the coolest stuff there. You could not imagine how amazing the stuff is. There's a company called Revoltech in Japan, and they make lots of cool licensed figures. This is Iron Man 1, the Mark 1.
That is so
from
cool.
the first Iron Man film, and the detail and the all of the way his fire came out, of course.
Well,
terrible demo. No, but
poorly made in Japan, I guess.
all of the sort of levels of articulation, and I think there's
cool.
a little missile thing that pops out here.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
You took this one out of the
it's
box.
Art.
You've been playing with it.
It's art. You want to talk about it?
Okay. He's showing the iron suited man at the camera. I don't know how to get excited about this because
it's orange.
He's making sound effects.
There's orange.
Yes, there's.
How can you not make sound
orange
effects when you
flames
look at this guy?
coming out of.
Look at how awesome that
hand.
is. It's awesome. I'll let you hold Iron Man.
Oh, thanks so
if
much.
You want to.
That's really sweet of you.
There you go.
Oh, he's got some shit in his back pocket.
Yeah. Isn't he amazing?
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
Okay,
So that was Toy Break. That's from Revoltech.
All right, cool.
Cost me like $50, but so worth it.
Shit. Okay. It was worth it, so he could show it to you now, and he's never going to play with it again.
No, it's going to be proudly displayed on the Vic's basement shelf over there.
Okay, fine. This is cool. So you didn't even tell me how you felt about E3.
I thought it was a good E3. I mean, I did feel like it was a safe E3. I did feel like there was all the things we just talked about with Jones. There was no resonant game. There was no I guess the thing that I would attach my emotional investment into would be No Man's Sky.
Oh, of course. That's a 5-person team.
It's the story of the game. The game being completed and being playable is a different story.
We don't know how it's going to turn out.
Yeah, I can't wait to see and judge for myself whether what they're promising actually becomes reality.
Right.
But the concept of it is incredible.
Yes, because what we saw was not the reality of what we're going to be playing through. Because apparently...
Well, they say it is, and they were demoing it and showing people that this is all real time. They say the trailer is real time. If people don't know, you got to check out these trailers. They're incredible.
I don't know what to do with
I'll
this.
hold them. It's okay. It's all right.
I don't know what else to do with that. No, but the world is supposed to be procedurally generated.
Yeah.
And but apparently, because it opened to dinosaurs, so I thought we were playing some kind of Jurassic Park something, and it was just a planet that he just happened to be on that he took off in his space or dogfighter or whatever it was.
Very effective trailers.
And so good. But of course, we're only seeing the best of the best, right, at that moment.
No. What they're saying is that this is actually what happens in the thing. It just you just automatically go from
yeah, but planet to planet. But there's not living things on every planet like that.
Yeah.
Not every single planet.
That's what they say.
Well, that's not realistic.
See, this is the thing, right? It's just it's not realistic, and they know it's impossible, and that's part of the charm of this whole thing.
Okay.
But we've been burned before by these huge, massive, Spore is the thing that everybody talks about as well.
Oh my God, I was so excited about Spore, and then you got it, and it was, it was definitely one of those.
Yeah.
So, God, I just remember putting that game down and feeling so ripped off.
You couldn't really shoot things like you can in No Man's Sky. I think that's the thing, right? You get a little bit of the twitchy thing in No Man's, though. You get to go fly in space and get into dogfights and stuff.
Yeah, but okay.
I can't wait for that. And I've been playing the alpha of Destiny and having a really good time with that. And, Evolve is going to be super fun. The new Civ Beyond Earth is going to be super fun.
And you're really excited about the new Sims.
Oh, my God. I hate The Sims. I hate The Sims. The Sims is just... I hate this. You had to
I
bring that up.
forgot to tell you, I spent I made sure to spend at least 2 hours with The Sims on the show floor 83.
Oh my god!
I'm just kidding. I didn't spend any time with The Sims. Don't be silly. I covered all the sports at EA.
Yeah.
I didn't go near The Sims. Don't worry, Victor Lucas. It's not going to be in the show.
I can't stand it. I mean, it just feels so overtly, chasing dollars. I mean, anyways, I don't want to talk about it.
He doesn't want to talk about things he hates today.
Awful.
Josh has a question.
Yeah, I have a few.
Okay.
Because we're 11 minutes left.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Sorry, not to throw
No,
out
okay.
there.
We got a lot of stuff in the show today.
Yeah. So I'm going to throw a bunch of questions.
Thanks for watching, everybody, by the way.
Ryan asked, how do you guys feel about Sunset Overdrive having a female character and dressing as assassin?
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I absolutely love that. I knew going into it that there was going to be characters that you actually make, because it's not a character, it's not a story that we follow with one character. You get to create your own character in the game. So if you want to make a character that looks just like you, you can. So of course I'm going to love that. I love playing as whatever character.
It's pretty cool that this has become a very important topic in the gaming space. I just wish the games lived up to the subject and the tone of this very important discussion, that we need to engage women more to be more participants and to be avatars in this space.
Yep.
But I wish we could rise the level of the experience up a little bit too.
Right. Well, there's supposed to be another Mirror's Edge.
Yes, that's amazing.
Right. So I mean, at least there's that.
And Beyond Good and Evil 2 is still supposedly on the way as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I got one from Jean Nicholas. Mm-hmm. Hopefully I said that this right this time. I always get it wrong. If you guys would get an unusual gift from somebody, what would it be? If you guys could pick one.
An unusual gift.
Oh, if someone could give us an unusual gift.
Yeah.
Unusual? I don't know. This is a really tough question.
Any prop from any of the Raiders of the Lost Indiana Jones movies. Raiders.
Is that unusual for a gift for someone to give you? That's a Victor Lucas gift. If there was any.
Very amazing and unusual. If you're taking suggestions.
Brian Provinciano messaged me on Twitter yesterday saying that I need to get an EPN cookie cutter, or just a bunch of different, like my own branded cookie cutters. So that would be something that very female of me, but I just
That's
really.
That's awesome.
Because
I'm gonna get you that gift.
Right?
I like that.
Just something
I like
branded,
that idea a lot.
just anything
EPN
like that.
cookies? Are you kidding
me?
Yeah,
because I have cookie cutters, like the Marvel Universe. They put out their own cookie cutters, so I have those. But to have anything that's more.
Oh my God, that's an awesome idea. Does anybody work with metal or anything like that we could make EPN cookie cutters? That's incredible. What a great idea.
Yeah, thanks, Brian, for that idea.
I like that.
I like that.
Okay, I got one here too. It's a bit long. DJ Dean Machine.
Whoa.
Yeah. He says, this one's for Vic. I've watched him since I was a kid.
Yep.
And I've actually made life changes based off his TED Talk that were absolutely fantastic.
Crazy.
In an industry dealing with so many different people, good and bad, how do you maintain such a healthy attitude about your work? I know you love it, but what is the main thing that keeps you so happy doing what you do?
Aww.
Oh, man.
That's a really great one.
It's a big question, though, too.
Well, first of all, before you answer, his TED Talk is fantastic. So if you can find that, I think you can find it on YouTube, or just go to the TEDx website. It's a fantastic talk. You definitely need to see it. But continue.
Thank you. In the talk, I kind of bring up that I didn't really have a whole bunch growing up. My mom was a single parent, and she didn't have any money.
Yeah.
And so I had to learn how to work to get things for myself when I was a kid. I had jobs when I was 12. And I think that taught me to be, careful with the stuff in my life that I would set goals for and appreciate them when I got them. And to, respect my victories and be happy and grateful and my mom taught me great things about being respectful to other people. I think that's a really big thing. And now I am a parent, so I find myself talking to my daughter all the time about having, being considerate and thinking about other people. And,
so how do you deal with those people that are not as considerate, or
you
perhaps
leave them.
are?
You find a way to get away from people that you are just in constant conflict with. I mean, one of the things as a guy that's been around for a while now is that when you find people that are just scumbags and small-minded and thinking about just the negative in the world, you need to extract yourself from that influence because they will bring you down, whether it's relationship or a buddy or whatever, if they can't find joy and put joy back into the world, they will attach to you and bring you down. And that you've got to work to try to surmount that, Right. But I think just make some goals and chase them and appreciate them as you take the time to appreciate them and feel grateful. It's really important.
Right. All the small victories. Celebrate. You should definitely celebrate.
There's an effort to that. You have to remind yourself, so.
Well, right. Everything that's good that we've worked for, right? And so you appreciate those things. And nothing comes easy.
Yeah, you can't expect it. You can't be entitled. You can't feel like or jealous of other people. It's like all of that is just negative waste of time and energy, and it's not going to get you anywhere. You got to sort of work hard, appreciate what you do, be cognizant of other people, and
right.
And have fun with your life. It's a big question, but
it is a big
thank
question,
you very much for the very nice
very
comments.
good one.
Yeah.
Do you have something else, or do we not have time?
No, we're about 5 minutes. I'll ask the last one that
okay.
I see
Sure.
in the feed, because there's lots. Vagabond Knights.
Thanks, guys.
Asked, Vic, did you ever sit down and play Dark Souls 1 or 2?
I've been dabbling. We didn't get to review them. We talked about this on the podcast before. So I dabble. I have Dark Souls 2. I actually bought it. I wanted to download it to my PS3. It's one of the last PS3 games I think I'll be buying. But I need to carve the time to really sink into it. Every time I play it, I appreciate it. I respect it. I got to play Bloodborne a little bit at E3 for the PS4. I can't wait for that game. You know what game that is a tiny little microcosm that I really loved that was absolutely influenced was Wayward Souls.
Oh yeah,
on the iPhone,
for sure.
And I play that all the time.
So good.
And I see why it gets its hooks into you.
Yeah,
you know.
Of course.
And now there are all these Souls influenced titles out there. Yeah. So I want to go back to the source, especially after hearing from Miyazaki-san, the guy that created Demon Souls at E3, and his passion and fire for Bloodborne. I want to get a good sampling, but. To answer your question, honestly, I have not spent enough time in there, and I have not picked up League of Legends at all yet either. I know I've been talking about.
Oh man, how are we supposed to spend time with that?
I know.
That's a whole other thing.
I know.
We need to take the summer off to do that. No one said anything about my Italian jersey. That's really rude.
I'll say something.
Okay.
They didn't win today.
Yeah, sorry about
Josh,
that.
you know what, dude? I can't even deal with you today.
It's because you weren't watching, though.
It's because I couldn't.
You had to work today,
it's because,
right?
Okay, so this is what happened. I had to take the jersey off to get into my clothing for the show.
Right.
So the second I took it off, Costa Rica scored, of course. So it's my own fault.
Right.
I'm sorry.
You let the team down.
I let the team down, and I ate a whole bunch of biscotti after, just to drown my sorrows in that.
This is just gonna fire them up. They still have a shot, right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
They have to beat Uruguay.
Thing.
So I'm sorry if you're from Uruguay and you cheer for that team. We are now enemies.
They're gonna crush them.
We have to win, you guys. We have to win. Spain is already out. If you love the World Cup, I feel like everyone should get into the World Cup. I don't know why people aren't into it as much here. I don't get it.
In Vancouver.
It's the World Cup. Yeah, in Vancouver.
Yeah. I don't know.
I guess because Canada's not in it, but we all have, families that have come from somewhere. So
I don't know. You know what I remember about soccer?
What?
Running up and down the field trying to touch the ball.
Okay.
There's
a little more skill. You play FIFA though. You play.
I like FIFA. I like the video game. Yeah, that's
exactly.
Yeah, less tiring. But soccer, I played it every year in school. And I felt like I would run, and then it kicked over my head, and I would run, and it kicked over my head. And I would touch the ball and kick over my head.
Yeah, that happened to me too. But it's fun to watch. Those boys are in really good shape.
They are in good shape, yes.
It's nice to see that. Okay. Well, thanks so much, Roger. Oh, Josh, what?
Oh, no, I'm just
what is it?
Reminding you guys.
That we're supposed to wrap up?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
All right. That was an awesome show.
Everybody.
Yes, it was. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you listen to it, I'll put a picture of my Revoltech Iron Man Mark I figure up on, because I know that was the highlight for the show for you.
Well, okay. I mean, sure. Jones was the highlight. The toy came in a close fifth.
We miss Scott. You will start to hear from him a little bit more.
For sure.
And we really appreciate your support of him and all your nice messages. And thank you for watching. And Stitcher! But now it's Twitch, really.
Okay, Twitch. Bye.